So to sort of wrap up, I told you we would teach you go over three things today. One is how to become financially rich. One is why you want to start a company, that rule of 72. Third is how to start a business. It's actually really easy. It's a 3-step process, and it would cost $50, and you will have a business. So you could go around and tell your friends you own 20 businesses tomorrow if you wanted to put that sort of money into it. The first step you've got to do is you go get an employer identification number, your EIN. You get that through the IRS. Social Security number, your Social Security number is 3 digits, 2 digits, and 4 digits. It's the same number of digits, but they just have 2 and then 7, I guess it is. But you need that. It sort of identifies your business. That is the first thing you do, but it's totally free. You go to the IRS website and type in employer identification number. You put that in and then and call the business, really, at that point, whatever you want to call it. We'll get to why you might want to think about what that's going to be in just a second. And you are official at that point as far as the federal government is concerned. The next thing you want to do probably is, and this is, it's so likely that this is the thing to do that I just recommend doing this, is you want to register your limited liability company with the Secretary of State's office. Mississippi has we're very business friendly here, and if you are in California, it costs at least $500 to do this step, and you have to do a yearly fee of around, I think, $200 or $300. So you got to kind of be serious about it if you're going to start a business in California. Mississippi, you pay $50 one time, and that's it. And that's been great for things like Data River. I was in California visiting some friends. I told them about the Data River idea. They had an idea for an iPhone app. They told me, we should all go do this. I got back in touch with them 2 weeks later, and I said, okay, we're rolling. They said, well, we started to get registered, and we saw how much it was going to cost, and we're not sure about it. And we couldn't decide who was going to pay for it, and so I don't think we're going to do it. So now 50,000 apps later, or 50,000 copies sold, we have this pretty decent little stream of income, and those guys are still wishing they had moved ahead. So take advantage of our location here in Mississippi. You can go to the Secretary of State's office. One thing that's important is you can't choose to use Data River LLC, for example. You have to make sure that your business name is unique within the state of Mississippi. And the Secretary of State's office has all the names of all the registered businesses on an online database, so you go in there and find out if your name is unique or not. So I recommend doing that before you go sign up under that name for your employer identification number. But then once you've done that, you are really, really official. So official that you can walk into a bank and open a bank account, not as yourself, but as your new company. And so consequently, people can write you checks, and you can write people checks, and you can do all those sorts of things to be an up and going business. And that is all it takes. And that's why somebody that's as dumb as me in many respects can have 3 businesses, because see, it's just not as impressive as you might have thought it was. The other thing that was the official thing about starting a business, and this is just reiterating something that Josh said earlier. The unofficial part of getting a business is even simpler. Have something or know how to do something. And I guarantee that every single person in here knows how to do something or has something that other people would be interested in. It's I have absolutely no doubt whatsoever, every single person in this room. So take that and sell it. And then buy more of it, or find some more people that know how to do that same thing also, get together and sell that too. And then you just repeat. It's really not that complicated. Use that bank account that you opened up on that slide before to keep track of your money, and you are in business. And this doesn't, people try to complicate it, and they have business magazines, and people try to act like it's something that you need to be older and have some crazy sort of set of circumstances to do. It's really no more complicated than these last 2 slides. But do remember to buy assets, not liabilities, so that you and Josh and I can all be on our islands as soon as possible. So I'm just going to leave this up here. These are some reading recommendations. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is actually where I got most of that, the income and expenses, the assets and liabilities, and then the cash. For those of you who are in finance, you might have recognized that. Your income statement, your balance statement, your cash flow statement. That's really what those are all about, is explaining how, for a business, how they're trying to become rich just like I was explaining there. So that comes from Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you're starting a business, Ready, Fire, Aim. It's a really good one to help you think about how to get from 0 to 100,000, 100,000 to a million to 10 million, 10 million to 100 million and beyond. It does a great job of telling you what you should be focused on. The Knack is also a great getting a new business started book. I really like Inc. Magazine and Success Magazine in terms of sort of giving you some good examples of what people are doing. And then if you are interested in more about my business, the best place to start is Super Crunchers. So